Hi, this is Matthew. This is Conversations with God. I'm not sure what number this is. I better look it up. I'm just looking it up. I lost count. It must be number 11 or 12 or something like that. Um, so, um, uh, yeah, so this is number 11. So my first question to God, or first comment to God is, you've been hearing about Deborah. I found her on a Sugar Daddy site, and I financed, sent her about $1,600 in about 3 weeks, and then I felt led by the Holy Spirit to stop my initial commitment of $200 a week, and she's okay with that, and she looks like she's going to look for a job, and we've got a good friendship. And I was talking to her yesterday or this morning, and she was saying that she'd tell me if she wasn't interested in pursuing a relationship, if she wasn't interested in taking one day at a time, getting closer to me, she'd tell me. I'm not sure if I said this, but in the last conversation, but I said that it would be good if I could come down in about a month and spend a week with her, and I could work from her place as long as I got an internet connection. And she says, honestly, she needs a job, she needs to finance, she needs to sort out things, and things are so up in the air at the moment, she doesn't even know if she'll be able to continue in Australia or have to go back to England. And she said when things are more settled, it would be good for me to come down, but at present, she needs to know that she's even going to be able to stay in Australia for the moment. And it was an honest answer, and she keeps things pretty close to her chest, and I told her so. I said, it's hard to get things out of you. And she said, everyone in her life has deserted her and let her down, and people have made promises all the time, but they always seem to leave, and they don't carry through. And so she's learned not to wear hard on her sleeve, and be too open and too forthcoming with her feelings, because she always seems to be hurt, and people don't stick to their commitments. And she was saying in the best way that she could that she admires me and she hopes that it's going to work out, but sorry that she doesn't gush over me with love, because in her past experience, things have never worked out, and she'd like to think that this will work out, and she's taking one day at a time. But please bear with her that her experience has been people don't stick by her, and it's really nice. It's good to have a friend, and it's really beautiful. So that's me speaking. Or hear what God has to say. Deborah's in your life for a special reason, Matthew, and sometimes you're a bit nervous about hearing us speaking on important issues in your life. You won't ask us about it. You won't inquire about it, because you don't want to find out later that it wasn't us that said that, and it wasn't us that said things. There's certain questions that you don't ask us, because you don't want to hear from the false Jesus. You don't want to hear from the deception. And if you ask a question and it doesn't work out, it means that you didn't really hear from us. And so there's some questions that you don't ask, but we know that Deborah's important to you, and that you really care for her, and you really hope that she could be the one. And so just continue texting her in the morning and texting her at night, and keep on supporting her and loving her, and being a friend more than anything. And let her know that you care about her. Let her know that you're praying for her. Let her know what you think about her, and the good thoughts that you have for her. she does look forward to hearing from you in the morning. She does look forward to your text. She likes reading your text. She likes having you there. It's really important to her, your friendship, and the fact that you love her, and she's happy with you. And she's told you that if she had no interest in you, she wouldn't continue talking to you. She said if she didn't have an interest in a future with you, that she'd tell you, and she wouldn't lead you on. And so in a roundabout way, she was saying that she does care for you and she does hope for a future with you, but she just doesn't want to get her hopes up. But she definitely would have told you if she's not interested romantically with you. And so that's encouraging for you. And you've got counselling to do every 2 weeks, and we've got a lot of work to do in your life, and there's a lot of things that are going to be fixed up. And recently, some of your old ways have opened up again, and there's a lot of attack coming around the finance of the John Lennon book. And we're really working on you. We're working on your character. We're working on who you are, and so we're happy. And Deborah's, our choice, and she brings joy to your life, and you bring joy to her life, and it's a good relationship. And whoever really takes the time to get to know you really comes to love you. And so it's important that you continue to text her, continue to keep in touch, continue showering your love upon her, and being confident to share your feelings with her, and be honest with her. And she's good for you, you're good for her, and it's a really good thing. And so I'm happy for you. I encourage you to continue pursuing her. Don't really pay attention or try and pursue a relationship with any other woman, and we'll do our best, and she's going to do her best, and you can do your best, and keep on keeping on when it comes to her. Point number 2, Amber, the prostitute that I slept with, and prostitute that was one of the best I've been with. I met her for coffee last Wednesday, and I said that in one of the conversations, and I had a talk to the receptionist that I'm friends with at the escort agency, and I had a talk to her last night, and or tonight, and it's early morning now, but last night, and Amber, the escort, had told her receptionist all about you, and that you took her out for coffee, and that she met Mary Magdalene and talked to Mary Magdalene, and she met Michael Jackson, and she talked to Michael Jackson, and Jesus spoke to her through you, and she shared that you're never going to book her sexually again, and you're just going to be her friend. And she shared with the receptionist that you said to her that you'll be like a father figure for her. So it's really exciting. So you think, Matthew, you think that you started off this conversation, and then I took over, and I was talking about you and talking about Amber. And so it's God speaking now, and you're a bit tired and you're not sure if you started and then I started or when things did. But for people who are listening, I hope you discerned when it went from Matthew's voice to my voice. And we're very happy for Matthew to have this relationship with Amber. And we've got a real work to do in her life, and we're really pleased that you're in her life, Matthew, and we've got a real work for you to do. We really want you to shower our love upon her and shower your love upon her. It would have meant a lot for her, for you to say that you'll be like a father to her. For her to repeat it means that she's really happy with that. She told you when you actually met. She told you when she met that there's just messages coming through on Matthew's phone from someone. He's just going to respond. This is Pragmatic, the author, who Matthew really admires, and he's just released a new novel. So if you're a follower of Pragmatic, he's just released a new novel about someone who's got alters and has got problems, and it's his first novel, and Matthew's excited to get a copy of it and read it. So it's really good that you're in Amber's life. You're talking to the receptionist, and she shared all that with you. I don't know, Matthew doesn't know if he shared that Amber lost her dad when she was young and hasn't really had a father. And so it's really appealing to her for Matthew to be like a father figure to her. And the receptionist talks about all the jobs with the escorts. That's part of a job to like decompress and not decompress, but to talk over and debrief with her girls. And but it's important that Amber really believed that she met Mary Magdalene. She really believed that she met Michael Jackson. She really believed Jesus talked to her, and she really believed that Matthew wants to treat her like a father. And of course, Matthew, you got to pay $500 to meet her for an hour. It's pretty expensive. That's a pretty good hourly rate, but Amber gets $300 of it, and the escort agency gets $200 every time you meet. But the receptionist said to you weeks ago that if you if it's hard for you to get $500 together, you can send money to our bank account and run like an account with us. And when you get $500 in the account, then you can book her, and then you can deposit money again over weeks and put it together, and then pay to see her again. And she's a real priority. Like Deborah is a priority for your future, possibly, but Amber is a real priority to us, and we want you to invest money in her and touch her. And you've got a way with words, Matthew, and you're a really special guy. And you told her when you were meeting that the more you meet with her, she'll probably end up falling in love with you. And it wasn't pride speaking, it's just that she'll meet us, she'll meet Jesus in you so often, and she'll fall in love with the Jesus in you. And you said that don't be afraid of telling me if you do fall in love. It's better that I know. I said, you said that Mary Magdalene fell in love with Jesus, and she told Jesus that she had, and Jesus and her, Jesus told her that he can't marry her, and so she toned it down a bit, and you shared with Amber that it's a more exquisite form of love to be in love with a person but still just be friends with them. And Amber understood it, and she really is a beautiful, precious lovely looking girl and a precious girl inside, and she's got so much, and she's got so much potential, and she there's a good chance Mary was saying that she feels that Amber will be in my life for a long time. She didn't know that Jesus prophesied that Amber will be used in Matthew's ministry, in your ministry, Matthew, in the future. And Mary was like confirming that without knowing. Prophetically, she was confirming that was going to be the case. Amber won't always, you won't always be paying to see Amber. One day she won't be an escort, and she probably could be a really close friend that you work with in the future. And so she brings a lot of joy to your life, and it's we don't want you spending money to meet girls of sugar daddies to be friends. Deborah's a good friend for you, and Amber is a good friend for you, and Deborah likes hearing from you, and Amber loves meeting you. We've got two special girls in your life. One older, 26, that could be your wife in the future, and one that's 20 and very attractive and very beautiful, and she could be in your life for a long time. So trust us, trust the process. Try and put $100 a week in the account, or even more, and enjoy your meetings with Amber, because I can guarantee you, Matthew, and this is God speaking, I can guarantee you that Amber will really enjoy every time you get together. Point number 3, my attempts to get friends is always failing. So I just covered that. I don't want you meeting girls of sugar daddies. I don't want you spending your money trying to buy time with girls just to talk to them. Deborah is sufficient. Having Amber there is sufficient. And we want you connecting with people on Facebook and getting your friendships from people on Facebook. So if you're watching this video and you don't know Matthew, write to his email address and get in touch and become a friend of Matthew's. And he's got time to talk to you, and he really needs a friend. So reach out to him if you're watching this in July 2019. And reach out to him. Don't be afraid. Don't think he's too busy. So your attempt at getting friends is failing, because we're sort of cutting it down and trying to show you that that's not the way. And you found Deborah through that, and that's all we wanted you to find. And so you had Lisa there for a little while, and now you found Deborah, and she's there for you. So when we're not for something, we just don't let you have success. And so you're sort of getting the hint now, and now you've heard me talk on it, and you've heard us talk on it, and so you can be more comfortable. You're going to have a lot deeper connection with Deborah. You're going to have a lot deeper connection with Amber, certainly with Amber, because you've both been sexually abused. And so continue pressing into Amber, and use your spare money for Amber, because we really want to do a powerful work in her life and give her a really good example of what a Christian is, and what Jesus is like, and the personality of Jesus. We want to really use it powerfully in this escort's life. So God bless. Number 4, I'm happy with the counsellors that I have, is your comment, Matthew, and it's really good that you're comfortable, you're really happy with them, and you're really happy with them, and they're really good for you, and you're not in any rush to be healed, to get things done, and you're ready to go through a process every 2 weeks and spend time with them and work through the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And we're really happy with them. We led you to them, and we're really happy that they've got the ability to get you through things, and they've really got the ability to help Autie, and they've got the ability to help anyone who you refer to them, and they're beautiful people, and they're just for you, and they love you and they care for you, and they're good for you to check things past and run things past, and they're good at hearing from us and Jesus, and us and Jesus, same people, and they really love you. They really care for you. It's not just about money for them. They're really invested in you. They pray for you. They think about you. They're really helpful. They're just there for you. So I'm pleased that you're happy with them, and I'm pleased that you're comfortable with them. And, you had Alex that really injured you, and he wasn't good. And we'll deal with Alex and pull him into line eventually. And so keep on keeping on and keep on going to the counsellors. And we're very happy that you're using them, and very happy with them, that they're in your life for a reason, and you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You could have never done the John could have never done the John Lennon book if you hadn't had a couple of things taken off you and fixed with you. If you hadn't had a couple of altars dealt with, and a memory of your father and certain events, you could have never been doing the John Lennon book. And so we're really proud of you, and we've got your counsellors in your life for a good reason. Point number 5, John's interview is going well. Yes, we're really pleased with the interview with John Lennon. We got you in the mood today to speak, and you did a chapter called Interlude or Intermission, and you were scared of doing an interview with a message, especially to the fans of John Lennon. And so we told you just to have an intermission and just have John just do an update and talk through you, and no pressure. And so you did that for 1 hour and 44 minutes, and he ended up giving a special message to his fans. About 60% of the message was what we wanted covered. So we ended up answering that question without you knowing it. It's only after you listened to the video that you realised you answered the question, or that John answered the question. We put you in a thing, and you're so happy tonight that we used you to do the next question too. And that was really informative and really new to you, and so you did a good job. So we've got you going well. We're really happy with you. We're happy how the interview's progressing, and there's no rush for that book. There's no rush to get the book produced. There's no rush to raise the finances. There's no rush. We'll continue to keep you busy. We'll continue to help you work on projects. We'll continue to use you to do John Lennon book 1, and you'll probably do a John Lennon book 2. And, you may be interviewing John Lennon for the next year, and you're finding out that he's got tremendous authority in heaven, tremendous rulership in heaven. It's very important in heaven. He shared in his interview today that he knows everyone on earth and understands everyone on earth, and he seems to have a much expounded godlike brain in heaven, and that's really amazing. So he knows so much more than you and understands so much more than you, and has got a greater capacity of a brain than you, Matthew, and yet he so admires you, and you stole our song too. Jesus' song, two strong hearts, we beat together like the honey and the bee. you and me. And John was singing that to you. And today, as he walked around with you, as you went around and did prophetic evangelism to about 20 people, John was influencing a lot of what you said, and you had a wonderful time. It's really handy walking around with Mary Magdalene and John Lennon, and two really pure souls, and having them talk to you and influence you and give you words to say to people. It's really good. It's good when you're going out to be walking around with friends and talking with friends. And so we're really happy with the John interview. You're carrying him really well. You're speaking his voice really well. We're really happy with what you're doing, and we're really pleased. And so don't be beaten up. Don't be afraid. Don't be worried. Don't be stressed. We've got it all planned. It's my will, God's bill. A friend of your family used to say he lived by faith. And so it's my will to produce a book. It's my will for this interview to get popular. And so it'll be my bill, and I'll raise the finances, and I'll support it, and I'll keep you busy. Don't worry, you'll always be busy, Matthew. Point number 6, I don't mind spending money. I'm at peace with it. So you got really attacked through your addictions to spend money and wipe out all your money that's coming in, and we've used that experience for you to learn not to stress about raising finances. And a bill has come in, and you're going to pay a bill tomorrow, and you needed to buy medication, and we told you to buy a takeaway meal, and you're going to put $100 away for Amber, and you're not worried at all about finances and financing this book. And we're teaching you not to worry, not to be short of money, and not to run out of money, but certainly don't stress. And we're teaching you not to stress, and just to have faith. And so have faith, and learn with us, roll with the punches, get experience in having no fear and having no worry, and spending money where we direct you to spend money, and have faith in us, and trust in us, and be really free with your money, and be able to bless people and put money towards what we want. And we're really happy with you, and we're really pleased that you're learning things, and you're learning not to worry and not to stress and not to fret, and that's a good thing. Point number 7, I'm not stressed with money for the book. So we're covering that in the last point, and that's true. You've learned not to stress and not to fret and worry about getting together money for the book. You know the money's going to come. You know there's even like an attack on your finances at the moment, not only from spending money on addictions, but there's also an attack on regular work coming in and regular finances coming in. And you can deal with that with your counsellors if you like. But we're just learning, teaching you not to stress, not to worry, and not to freak out about money. And we're learning you just to be content in all things. Like Paul said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And he went on to say, before he said that, he'd been beaten and whipped and stoned and shipwrecked and hungry and homeless and cold and up all night and without sleep and without rest, and attacked in the city, attacked outside of the city in constant fear. And so you've pretty well quoted all that verse. That well, you've pretty well covered all what he said, Matthew, and through all of those things, he learned not to suffer, not to stress about anything, and just be confident that through Christ he can do all things, and you can do all things. And we're taking you through this process and allowing you to be sifted by Satan, so that you learn that all things work together for good, and you can do all things through Christ, and you can do exceedingly abundantly more than you ask or think. And so we're training you, we're building your character, and we're taking you through things step by step. So trust the process, trust us, and just love us, and do the very best you can. Point number 8, I'm really enjoying this conversation series, and we're really enjoying this Conversations with God series too. There's a few people who are watching each one of these conversations with God, and they haven't messaged you, they haven't told you, you don't even know who they are, and they're enjoying this series too. And it's not only important that you decompress. There's that word again. You used the wrong word there. It's not only important that you debrief with us rather than leaning on other people to do that. But we want you tight with us. We want you coming to us and having conversations with us. So it's important that you do these conversations with God. You're really enjoying them, and it's important that you do enjoy them, because I do want to speak to you. I want to encourage you. I want to be there. I want to be the one. And not only do you speak to the Holy Spirit and speak to Jesus through the day, but, once in a while you debrief with me and you have a conversation with me. And I really enjoy it. And the people, the 40 or 50 people that are watching each of your conversations with God that you upload, they're really enjoying it too. And so keep on doing it, keep on helping people, keep on showing people how relatable I am, how that you can discuss your whole life and talk about all different aspects. And imagine talking to God about how you spend all your money on your addictions, and you broke, Satan was trying to spend all your money and coming against your finances, and he's using everything, pouring out everything on you, trying to hold you back, trying to hold you from your potential, trying to shut things down, and it's just not working for him. And imagine talking about a prostitute and how it's our will for you to spend $500 per meeting per hour with her. And that's a good hourly rate, $500 an hour. But she gets $300 an hour. But you can get a good lawyer, and they cost a lot of money too. And cost a lot of money. A good accountant would cost you $300 an hour. So, you're speaking to a beautiful person and really influencing her life. And Deborah's not costing you anything. And she's a beautiful person, and she really loves and really cares for you. And so you're discussing all sorts of things with us. And that's how we are. We're interested in your life. We're interested in talking to you and discussing things with you and sharing things with you and encouraging you. That's our job. And you care for us, and you care for our needs, and you care for our desires. And it's a two-way street. We care for you, and we care what you're doing, and we care about discussing everything in intimate detail with you. So I'm really pleased with you. I'm really pleased with these conversations. I'm really getting closer and closer to you, and coming into more understanding of me, and you're more happy, you're happier, and more blessed with these conversations. So I'm winning, you're winning, and the people listening are winning. And you just had a new audio book, how to hear from God, and you had this new audio book get released today. And so if people want to have two-way conversations with me, you can go and get Matthew's audio book, and he'll get the title for you all. It's just the title of the book is How to Hear God's Voice, Keys to Conversational Two-Way Prayer. So that just became available on Audible as an audio book today. And so you're very happy about that. And you can order that if you're listening, and if you can't have two-way conversations with me, God, then you can read that book and learn to, and learn more about how to have conversations with God and conversations with me. And God bless you and keep you, and hope you can order that book. Point number 9, love the people that love me. Thanks for them. So Matthew was saying in that he really loves and appreciates the people like Mary and John and Altie and Lisa, his editor, and Lisa Townley, his friend, and John and David, and all the people that listen to his videos and encourage him. And he's really blessed with them, really happy with them, and they've proven to be true friends to him, and he's very happy that they're in his life. And he's happy with Deborah, he's happy with Amber, he's happy with Anita, the secretary of the receptionist of the escort agency. And even imagine having a really good friendship with the receptionist of an escort agency, and being able to ring the receptionist without booking a girl for the night, but just ringing her up and talking to her for half an hour. And Matthew, you can be confident that every time you meet Amber, the things you say to Amber will be passed on to Anita. So like Mary was saying to you today, you're witnessing to two people, not only to Amber, but her witness is witnessing to Anita too. And so we're killing two birds with one stone, to use the cliche. And so we really love you. We withhold friends for your life to keep you intimate with Jesus and me and the Holy Spirit. And believe me, if you had a lot of friends, you might not have the same amount of time for us. So there's this holy tension that we have to keep you in. We have to keep you pretty lonely so that you lean on us and you have a close relationship with us. And so that's one of the reasons why you're lonely, and you'll be lonely a lot. And so we love you, and we really need you, and you're very important to us. And I hope that you're impressed and you're really happy with this conversation. So if you like this video, press like. If you didn't like this video, press that you don't like it, thumbs down. And if you do thumbs down, Matthew will pray for you and dispatch angels to go and work on your life. If you really like this video, share it on your Facebook. If you want to subscribe to Matthew's channel, subscribe. And have a good day and be blessed.